Clint Emerson is a retired United States Navy SEAL. He's got more than 20 years of service under his belt, and he has a YouTube channel. It's called 100 Deadly Skills, and in that channel he teaches you a lot of different ways to handle situations and problems when they arise. Okay. Now sometimes he's teaching you also how to prevent a situation from occurring, or to do as best as you can to control your environment around you. But a lot of the things that he talks about is he's teaching you how to, when something happens to you, he's teaching you how to handle that situation. I would go and watch that channel if I were you. It's great advice. But how many of you all are sitting at home right now, and the one thing that's on your mind, you're thinking, as soon as this is over, I'm going to stock up on toilet paper, I'm going to stock up on hand sanitizer, I'm going to have food set aside, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Okay, you're thinking too big. Okay? The world around you is not in your control. I want you to think about the situation that we're facing right now. You're not in control of this situation. You're not in control of what's happening in the world around you. Okay? Donald Trump might be one of the most powerful people on the face of this planet right now. And people can argue that, whatever. Let's just use Donald Trump, all right? He's the president of the United States of America. Let's say he's an incredibly powerful person, right? We can all agree on that. Do you think he is in any control of this virus right now? He has no control over this virus. The situation has come upon him and our government and our country and other countries, and what we're doing right now is handling it in the best way that we can. Okay? We're handling the situation after the problem has approached us. Okay? So how many of you now, now that the problem has happened and you're panicked, okay, first of all, let me tell you, I already said this, previously, but there's no shortage of toilet paper in this country. There's no shortage of canned food in this country. There's not really a shortage of food, period, in this country currently, okay? We've panicked to the point where we've created these problems, okay? And that's one of the things that Clint talks about in a lot of, him and other Navy SEALs that I watch. I watch a lot of Navy SEALs and ex-military guys in their YouTube channels. A lot of things that they teach you is how to control your emotions, okay, when a situation arises. So let's say that we get through this virus, okay? We come out to the other side of it, and we're doing great, right? Things get back up rampant, and you stock up on toilet paper. You stock up on hand sanitizers. You get your vitamins loaded up. You stock all that down in your basement, okay? The next crisis that comes upon us is all of the electricity in this country goes out. Okay, we have no electricity. You can't even power your cell phone. Okay? Now you tell me, how much is that hand sanitizer and that toilet paper? You can't flush the toilet anyway now. You've got no power. How much is that hand sanitizer, those vitamins, that toilet paper? How much is all that going to help you? Now you need batteries, you need flashlights, you need lanterns, you need matches, you need generators, you need gasoline, you need all of these other things now all of a sudden. So you say, well, I'm going to prepare for that too. So now you're going to stock up all the toilet paper. You're going to stock up generators in your basement, and batteries and lighters and matches and, survival food and all of these other things, okay? Okay, well, let's say that scenario doesn't happen. Let's say the next thing that comes through is a massive wave of water comes through and destroys your entire city. Okay? You need a boat now. You need waterproof equipment. You need an airplane, a helicopter, whatever, Oh, let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say that an earthquake comes through your town, shakes everything apart, destroys your house. You said, man, I should have had, this kind of insurance. I should have done, after the fact, you're sorting all of these things out. Okay, so my point to this is you need to understand that you are not in control, okay? You can prepare for certain events and situations that are going to arise in your life, but you can't prepare for what's actually going to happen because there's no knowing what's going to happen. The best thing that you can do, and when I say you can't prepare, I mean on these grand scales that we're talking about, where you're storing generators and toilet paper and boats and ATVs, in your garage, in your basement. Like, certain people can do that, but let's be realistic. Where you are at in your life right now, the vast majority of human beings, they can't hold up to the standard of preparing themselves for every event that's going to happen in life. Okay? So what do you realize now that you are in control of? What is the one thing that you're in control of? You're in control of you, your mind, how you think, how you react, So one of the best things that you can do is prepare yourself to react to situations that arise in your life. You need to react to those situations, and you need to leave your emotions. This is very important. You need to listen to me very carefully. You need to leave your emotions out of the situation that arises, okay? You need to learn how to think critically. You need to learn how to look at the problem and see it for what it is and not focus on all of the outside things that you cannot control, okay? One of the things that I heard one of these Navy SEALs talk about was, he said, condense your environment to the 3 feet around you, or condense your environment to the 6 hours ahead of you. Focus on those, okay? If you can get through that, you can go somewhere else. How many people, guns and ammo are really important. I agree with all of that. I have guns, I have ammunition. But in a situation that we're facing right now, for all the people who have been stocking up on guns and ammunition for years, the fact that a virus can come through and kill these people in weeks, days, think about that in what I'm telling you as far as you being able to control your environment. You trying to prepare for something that you have no idea is going to happen, So you need to learn to control your emotions. That is one of the most important methods of survival that you're ever going to be able to incorporate into your life, is controlling your emotions in situations like this. And think very carefully, as this all goes through our country, as all of these crazy things are happening, I want you to think, everybody talks really tough, when life is good and life is great. But I want you to think about, what are you really willing to do now that we're in the situation that we're in, okay? Your words carry you so far, but now your actions have to take you somewhere else, okay? That's that next step. Your actions minus your emotions, okay? So what are you really willing to do? Someone shows up at your house and says, I need your food. Are you really willing? Because you've been saying for months and years, in all of your little social media platforms, you've been talking about how tough you are and how you would do this, and you see videos of soldiers over in other countries, and you criticize them, and you say, I would have done that, I would have done this. Let's put a simple scenario out there, okay? Someone actually shows up to your door in this critical time that we're living in right now, and they say, I want what you have, okay? You willing to take your gun out? Shoot that individual? I mean, what are you really willing to do? Think about how fragile your existence is on this planet. Think about how fragile our world is. Think about this little bit that we've been tasked with. This thing has come upon us now, and think about how quickly we were just almost completely destroyed, it seems like. And a lot of that is a little bit hyped up. A lot of it's real, but just put it into perspective. Think critically about it, okay? How fragile your life really is. When we are at our strongest points in life, that's a lot of times when you can realize just how weak and vulnerable you are. Because a lot of our strength as human beings in the United States of America, it doesn't come from our mental capacity for endurance. It comes from all of this technology that we have around us. It comes from China. A lot of our trade. It comes from outside of the country. We don't have the strength that we think we do. And this is a situation in life where it shows you just how vulnerable you are. But it's always going to be important that you handle things as they arise, you handle them the proper way, and you leave your emotions out of it, and you focus on the task that's at hand, right in front of you. Okay, what can you control? And what is out of your control that you need to stop worrying about? So don't panic. Okay, a lot of situations when people panic, that's when you make a mistake. That's when you get hurt. That's when you get killed. That's when you kill somebody else. Don't panic. Focus, take a deep breath, and think a little bit down the road while keeping your focus straight and narrow. Okay? That's about all I wanted to talk about, but on the off chance that we all just come out of this unscathed, and we walk through this fairly in a good way, don't go out and just stock up on a bunch of equipment, okay? Okay, get some of the things that you need, but work on your mind, okay? Change the way that you think, and it's going to help you when you come into situations like this. You're going to have, your reaction, your response to situations is more important than, some of the other things that people are doing as far as panicking and just buying because everyone else is buying and following that crowd. Swim up the stream. Don't swim with don't run with the pack of gazelles. Swim up the stream. Be that salmon that swims up. Change your mindset is what I'm trying to say. Change the way that you think. Don't shackle yourself to this world. A lot of you right now, you're probably shackled down. You say, I can't even, I bought this, I did that. I'm so tied up and strapped down now that I'm in this situation where I need to be free. Now you panic because you've tied yourself up. So don't tie yourself up. Okay, if you come out of the other side of this clear, work on getting yourself free. Okay, freedom. And if I need to explain to you what freedom is, it's a whole nother discussion. Okay, freedom is going to mean a little bit different to everybody else. Everybody's going to have their own perception of freedom, but for the vast majority of us, you know exactly what freedom is, and you know what you need to do to attain it. Okay? Use your brain, and in situations like this, don't panic. Get control of your emotions, and deal with the things that you can deal with. It's the middle of the day, so I can't say, let's send you guys off to bed, because it's not that time yet, but go and watch some of those SEAL videos, There's plenty of them out there. I'm not going to get into all of them, but look them up. You can find them anywhere right now. They've blown up. Just change the way you think, okay? Your thought process needs to change. If you're in a bad situation right now because of the way the economy is tanked on us, and I know I'm digressing right now. This is going on far too long. You get the picture, but if you're in a bad situation right now, okay? For me, I can lose my job, and I can be just fine. I can go a whole year or more and be completely fine, paying all of my bills, doing what I need to do, I can keep food in my stomach, But a lot of people, they'll lose their job, and a week after they lose their job, they're in very bad condition, okay? Put yourself, if you come out of this on the other side, put yourself in a different mindset to where you're the person that says, I can go a year, and be just fine. I can, you prepared. And by the way, I can go that year and be just fine. I can go more than that and be just fine. And I don't have generators stacked up in my basement. I don't have mounds of toilet paper. I don't have all the hand sanitizer in the world. But mentally, I'm probably a lot more prepared to handle this situation than other people because I've I've spent a lot of time disciplining myself, you know, and isolation is a good thing. You know, you discover who you are. I've spent a lot of time by myself throughout my life, and you know what you're capable of. You know what you can do. You discover what you can do and what you can't do when you spend time with yourself. You find your strengths and your weaknesses to the best that you can. You know. Anyway, we're not going to send you guys off to bed today, but I will say, go drink your coffee. Coffee's good for you. And actually, the heat, you know, certain like coffee and tea, hot tea, that can actually help with this coronavirus thing. I'm not going to try to, don't take my word on it, but drinking something hot like that going down can kill certain bacteria at that temperature. Just take that with a grain of salt, but I did hear that somewhere, and I'm not gonna throw it out there as fact. But coffee is good for you. Just drink it. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time we come down here to do this. Take care of yourselves and be safe.